Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have more battles for you today in the Electric Cup, and these are battles that I did, and this is Home Slice Henry's team with the Double Rock Boys and Hisui and Electrode in the lead. And to be honest, even before this meta came out, I wanted to run Double Rock ever since they announced that the Mud Slap users were being banned, because, I mean, they run over everything. As we can see right now, the Hisui and Electrode is going to lose to this Graveler, right? So we're going to be able to throw throw Rock Blast right now. They're going to go ahead and shield, and then I can shield the next attack and farm all the way down. So definitely very, very powerful. Now, I feel like this team is easier to win if you actually lose the lead. Like if there's a Galvantula in the lead, for example, because if you win the lead, like if there's a Lantern in the lead, they safe swap into their own Hisui and Electrode. Well, if you go into Graveler, for example, they're going to be able to get to 3 Energy Balls. So it's going to be a little bit scary there. But either way, that is okay. We're trying to get to a Stone Edge, and we're going to be able to get to a Stone Edge against the shiny Alolan Graveler. Very nice. Very nice. And that is going to connect, and that is going to KO. Now we bring in this Golem, and we're going to be able to try for the farm down. Even if they have Energy Ball, it doesn't matter because we can get to Wild Charge, and they do have Energy Ball. That easily KOs. But we can bring in this Electrode, and we just get to a Wild Charge, and we're going to be able to take that game. And that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. But yeah, I mean, great team. If you want a safe team, you don't necessarily need the Electrode in the lead. You could run another Pokemon in the lead, but the Double Rock going to be absolutely fantastic in this meta. Okay, so moving on against an Alolan Graveler. So you would think this is a good lead, but as I said, I mean, Graveler and Golem or Geodude can actually win this matchup. So usually I do switch out. Or not usually, I guess this is the first time running this team, but we're going to go ahead and throw the Wild Charge, 100% expecting the shield, and then pivoting into my own Graveler. I'm going to go ahead and shield. Unfortunately, they do bait me with Rock Blast, and in comes Lantern, but that is okay. We're trying to get to a Stone Edge. Really want to get to it, and we do get to it. Okay, very nice. So they're not throwing the Surf yet. We're going to be able to get off this Stone Edge, or I'm going to be able to get it off, and my opponent will not shield that. I do let this one go. Now, I was expecting this to KO, and normally I believe it does, but they definitely undercharged that. So I'm going to go ahead or they're going to go ahead and farm me down, and then I'm going to bring in my Electrode and farm it down the Lantern. My opponent will be able to get off this Surf attack, but that is okay. And we could still go ahead and farm down nicely. Okay, so in comes Galvantula. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Wild Charge. This does massive damage to the Galvantula, even though it's resisted. I bring in my Golem, going for that farm down. My opponent will bring in the Graveler. I'm going to be able to throw this Rock Blast right now just to get some good damage onto that Graveler. And my opponent will shield as expected. Trying to get to another one. Now, my opponent does get to an attack before I'm able to get mine off, but I just got to the move, so I'm going to be able to get off my Rock Blast, which is really, really nice for me. So this Rock Blast is going to be enough to KO that Graveler, and in comes the Spider, and we're going to be able to farm down that Galvantula. And that's going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Hisui and Electrode into Galvantula. So another lead lost, but that is okay. We're going to go ahead and safe swap into a Alolan Graveler, and my opponent will respond with that Luxray. Okay, so yes, this is a losing matchup, but the thing here is you can get a shield, and you will get a shield, because if they don't shield, you can actually take this matchup, so my opponent will shield that. And they do go ahead and farm, but look how low we got the Luxray. Luxray is really, really squishy. So I'm going to bring in my Hisuian Electrode, and I'm going to go ahead and let this go. Obviously, it could be a Psychic Fangs. It's going to be a Crunch, and I'm going to be able to take that, though. And want to get to a Wild Charge. I do successfully get to this Wild Charge, so this is going to KO or get the shield, but I don't really think they'll shield that. Yeah, they let it go. So in comes the Galvantula, and because my switch time is not up, I'm going to be able to throw this Wild Charge and then switch out into Golem and hope that Golem can win. That's basically what we're doing. We're up a shield. They do throw an attack, so I'm going to go ahead and shield this because an Energy Ball will KO, and it is an Energy Ball, and unfortunately they do have an Electrode. So if we had that shield, if we were able to feint that Pokemon, that Galvantula, we would have actually been able to win this, but unfortunately we were not able to. They did get a shield from us, and now my opponent will be able to win this one. Unfortunately, we're going to be able to throw this Rock Blast, and we want to get to one more. Can we get to it? No, we cannot, unfortunately, so my opponent will go ahead and throw this one, and that is going to KO us. So yeah, we're going to be able to lose that one. I'm going to lose that one. That's okay. Good game to my opponent. Well played to them. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Hisui and Electrode into Lantern. Okay, so we do have a Lantern in the lead. My opponent will swap into Golem. So I'm going to go ahead and just bait. Now, it is a risky bait, to be honest. I think it's safe because they're going to expect the energy ball, but if they call that, that's going to be really bad for me. But anyway, we do wild charge it. I do wild charge it, which is fine. My opponent is going to go ahead and throw this attack right now. It's going to be a Rock Blast. A little unfortunate, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw my own Rock Blast with my Alolan Graveler. And this is going to one more KOs. Oh no, they do get to an attack, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. I know it's gonna be a Rock Blast. It will not be enough to KO me. And in comes a Lantern. Lantern will be able to farm me down. But we do have the alignment we want. We'll have to see what's in the back, right? I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my Electrode. My opponent will bring in the Garvantula. I'm gonna go ahead and charge up a lot of energy and then switch into Golem. I think I call this. I do call it, and it's going to be a lunge. Now, whether that was a bait or not, I don't know. It could have been a bait. It could have been that they don't have Energy Ball. But either way, I do successfully call it. I knew this was going to be another lunge. And I'm going to be able to farm down. Very nice. And now, against the Lantern, I'm going to go ahead and go for this Stone Edge right now. And, yep, that's totally fine. My opponent will be able to farm me down. Now, this is not looking great for me, because look how low I am. I'm thinking I need 2 energy balls, but I have an energy ball on a wild charge. So I throw the energy ball, I know they're going to shield, and then I'm like, I actually don't have it. I need one more Thunder Shock to get to it. So I thought I would survive the Surf. I do survive it enough to get off the Wild Charge, but will Wild Charge be enough to KO the Lantern? It is neutral damage. It's not super effective. It is enough to KO, and we're barely able to take that game. Good game. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, I have a better time if there's like a Garvantula in the lead, for example, like we see right now, than if there was like a Lantern in the lead. So obviously Lantern coming out right now makes a lot of sense. Don't throw the Rock Blast. You want to threaten the Stone Edge. If they go ahead and throw the Surf, which my opponent is, I can't make it to a Stone Edge, but I do survive that, so I can get off the Rock Blast afterwards. But the reason you don't want to throw Rock Blast immediately is because you want to threaten... you don't want them to farm down. You don't want them to shield and farm down, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Hisuian Electrode. They're going to be able to get to this attack. No problem at all. It's not going to be enough to KO. It's not going to do too much at all. So I'm going to go ahead and charge up a lot of energy. Going for the Wild Charge. This Wild Charge is going to KO. And yep, my opponent will not shield that. In comes Garvantula. I'm going to go ahead and throw a Wild Charge and then pivot out into a Alolan Golem. The team, I would argue, plays itself for the most part. And in comes Minun. Now, I know Minun has Grass Knot, and so I do have to watch out for that, but I'm going to be able to throw this Rock Blast right now. My opponent is going to go ahead and shield. Now, shield's a tie. We're going to go ahead and shield this as well. We do have to shield this. It is going to be a Grass Knot, so it's good that it's not a bait. Very nice there, and my opponent is going to be able to throw another attack. I'm definitely going to go ahead and shield it because, again, we know it has Grass Knot, and... I'm going to go ahead and try to farm down. I can't farm down, so I do throw the Rock Blast. So I wonder, if I didn't throw any moves, could I have straight farmed down? I actually end up making a catch here. It's going to be a Grass Knot, so that's a good catch by me. But I wonder, if I don't throw any moves, can I farm down? I want to say I can, if I don't throw any Rock Blast moves. So perhaps a mistake by me by throwing the Rock Blast attacks. But we're still going to win this matchup. But I do wonder if I can farm down just by going straight farm down with rock throws instead of throwing an attack, so they don't sneak in quick attacks, right? Maybe we can. But either way, good game. Let's move on to the next one. So many Garvantula leads, as you saw in Home Slice Henry's video, right? And in comes the Luxray. So I did say I lose to 2 Luxray videos, 2 Luxrays, and that holds true. So we're going to be able to throw that attack, and again, picking up a shield. So this is the game I could have won, but again, we'll look at that, bring in Electrode. I'm going to go ahead and take these attacks. And this is totally fine. Psychic Fangs, my opponent's throwing Psychic Fangs, totally fine. You know, honestly, I don't know the count, so I don't know if this is a crunch or not, but it's just going to be a Psychic Fangs. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this just to get rid of that Luxray, and then we're going to put all our hope and faith into Golem. And yeah, look at me, I'm trying to switch out. My opponent is down a shield, which is good. But they actually have a Lantern in the lead. So this is how I could have won this. I'm charging up. I do throw the Rock Blast. Now, my opponent does not shield. If I threw the Stone Edge, it would have got the Luxray really low. Or not the Luxray, but the Lantern really low. If not KO'd, maybe it would have KO'd. And then they would have been so low, the Garvantula would have come in. Maybe I could have won, I don't know, maybe I could have won, right? But either way, that's okay. We do lose that one. Again, Luxray Hidden Power Ground, if you have it, it's a good Pokemon. It's tough for the Rock Boys, right? But let's move on to the next one. So we switch into a Alolan Graveler. My opponent is going to go ahead and switch into the Lantern. And yep, we just let it go. Totally fine. I bring in this Electrode. Going to go ahead and charge up to max energy and throw the Energy Ball. Just going to be a Surf. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a Surf, right? We single resist that. We double resist the Thunderbolt. So I'm going to charge up to max energy, throw the Energy Ball right now. This Energy Ball is going to be enough to KO. I don't anticipate a shield. And then against the Garvantula, switch time is not up yet. We have to stall the switch timer. We're going to go ahead and throw this Wild Charge. And it does a lot of damage as well. So what's in the back? It's this Electrode. So as I said, Golem can beat Electrode. So this is totally fine. We're going to go ahead and shield. Now, in theory, you could bait here if you're the Electrode, but you shouldn't. Because if you do bait there, you're going to get debuffed and you're going to go down faster. So baiting will not allow you to get to an Energy Ball that will KO us. So unlike Minun, I'm not going to throw any attacks, right? With Minun, I threw Rock Attack. I threw the Rock Blast attacks. Here we're just going to farm all the way down. My opponent is going to faint with 2 shields. Great game. Well played to everyone. I'll see you in the next one.